Yeah, I have a microphone with her headphones.
All right, ladies, buckle up. It's showtime.
And I am buckled up. I hope you're buckled up because it's the Copperhead Road Podcast live on Rumble. Always live on Rumble. Oh, I'm your boy Foots. Got my man Rexy over there. And we're going live. So what's up, Rexy? A couple things quick before you go.
Yeah.
Look, one thing makes me laugh. It came to me just now. You know, I like to talk a little bit about the comments right off the bat most of the time. A little bit of, this, a little bit of that, a little small talk, a little banter, because I know they love that. They hate that. They hate the banter. So it's my favorite part, which really does the dynamic is fantastic, if I may say. So one of the comments, and it's kind of funny. It may even be the same person, but I have two quick ones. One is, I love the one guy that he writes, I'm at work and the stupid fucking podcast sucks and it just comes on autoplay, right? And I know it's happened to him more than once, right? Yeah. So as soon as I heard it, buckle up, ladies. All right, ladies. I'm like, he probably hears that. He's in the middle of working. It's on in the background, maybe like works in the warehouse. All of a sudden he's just like, fuck. Like we just like, all right, ladies. Susie is the buckle up. It's showtime. He's just, son of a bitch. He's like, these fucking guys. And then, like, I hope it's like far away where he has to like stop his shit what he's doing, get up, fucking press next or whatever he has to do to stop it. Yeah. I wonder, or is he just fucking just grin and bear it and deal with us? What do you think?
Oh, I think he makes a beeline right for the radio machine that he plays it on.
That's fucking.
I hope it's like one of those, like when you go to the gym, you know how they always have the radio up high for some reason, and he's like short and he has to actually try to he just memorizes where the buttons are and he tries to go to the next one, and everybody's mad at him because.
Yes, or like, you know what? It's up high, like you said, but they do have a remote, you know. But like he goes to, son of a bitch, he can't find a remote. He's got and meanwhile, the whole thing, he's just hearing us talking about horse shit. He's son of a bitch. He's looking, he's going through some drawer that has a bunch of fucking shit in it, old fucking batteries. He's trying to just find batteries to fit just so he can reach and just skip us. Oh my man.
It's a tough life.
Makes me laugh.
That
really makes me laugh. I love how we impose our horseshit will on these people.
Yeah, and speaking of shitting, since you mentioned it, there's this new thing where the gay community, whatever, the men, they're now getting naked and booty dancing while defecating. It's called poop twerking. Watch this video.
No, I don't. What the fuck is the matter with you?
What?
Okay, thank God. That's disgusting. Number one. Number two, like, I don't know. I don't know. You're just a weird fuck. I'm so sorry, everybody, that you had to deal with that. I don't know what happened there.
I just wanted to watch you panic. Why?
I did panic.
Playing a naked man shitting while twerking on the show.
Yeah. Why in the hell? Yeah. Oh my God.
Laugh.
Well, I'm glad it did for you. God, that was uncomfortable for a minute there. I'm so sorry, everybody. Let's try this again. Buckle up, ladies. Panicking. Son of a bitch. Not many people should be here. All right, ladies, buckle up. It's showtime. And all of a sudden, just, fuck. One lady's in the kitchen just trying to make dinner with her kids. Son of a bitch. These fucking guys, they have to look over at their Candace poster and be like, or one guy's writing, Dear Candace, I love you so. Oh no, they have to put their pen down.
They have to relight their Candace votive candle.
Yeah, or their Candace nativity scene. It's the entire scene, just Candace's chocolatey brown face. I'm telling you, it has nothing to do with her race. Her skin is so milk chocolatey, delicious, absolutely delicious.
Well, I think it's also offset by the insanely great teeth that she has.
Got great skin, great teeth. God bless Candace Owens.
Yeah, too bad she's dumb as shit.
Whoa, I wouldn't say dumb. Absolutely
I would.
batshit. No, batshit crazy.
No,
Yeah.
I'm putting my money on dumb.
See, I can't do dumb because she has too many things that I without a doubt agree with, and I think she came out hot with fucking BLM. You know what I mean? I think she was right on the money. I think she came out really hot with even some of her Israel takes. Boom.
Well, I mean, like what part of her take on BLM was like knowledge dropping, not obvious to everybody?
No, it wasn't that. It was the fact that she was a woman of color, and she was taking a stand.
Okay,
Against
that's
what was wrong.
bravery, not intelligence.
Okay, what do you want to do here? You want to fucking go battle of wits? I'll fucking debate you right now. Set a timer, son of a bitch.
Again,
give me 10 minutes uninterrupted.
She's
Let me
the
land.
female
Let
black
me
version.
land.
She's the female black version of Sam Tripoli.
Oh my no! First of all, no, she's not, and
Yeah, absolutely
don't do no. No, first of all, again, well, maybe Sam Tripoli people know him, but yeah, that's this generation's comic, but he's also batshit crazy. I don't hate his comedy, but because he's so batshit crazy, it's tough for me to I can't sit through a podcast.
I'm tired of carrying any water for Candace. Like she's really dumb. And the reason I say that is because she can't even like promote her point. She can't even get out like a well thought out roadmap of what the hell the conspiracy supposedly is. Now, again, I'm not saying that I'm even smarter than her. I might be way dumber than her, but like I think people give her way too much credit for being smart because she just keeps watering down, and she's not even bringing any. She hasn't even laid out what she thinks happened. She just keeps saying like, well, these people were probably involved. These people were probably involved, and just keeps building. Right now, she's up to right around 1,200 people that have to be involved in this Charlie Kirk shooting. And
it's true. It's true. No, you're right.
She may also be evil. She may also be crazy. She may be wrong. Dumb. I'm going dumb. Put me up for dumb.
All right. Well, you're entitled to your opinion. I don't agree that she's dumb, but I can tell you this much. She has really built a cult. Her and Nick Fuentes, man, the internet is something, huh? I mean, for real, like these are people like, again, I don't have a problem. We've talked about Nick, the entire last episode, and I think you got a pretty clear picture. I don't really have a problem with him. I don't agree with a lot of the things he says. I agree with some of the things he says. And I think, and even some of our audience at points and at times, I think people are lacking the ability to cherry pick the good and the bad from people, and prioritize it, as such. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't do that. They just need to stick to a line. And again, I think at one point maybe that you were able to do that, but now the lines have become so blurred, that I believe in something. I don't even know where that aligns anymore, because again, I would say, oh, I align with Candace Owens, but I what the fuck? I can't say that anymore, but there's a lot of things that I agree. Same thing with Nick. and that kind of the point that I made with you last time, as far as, there's that, I don't know, maybe it's something like in the internal, my morality maybe tells me that I wouldn't want to align, quote unquote, with someone like Nick, because there are a lot of things that are horrific. They sound horrific at the least,
Yeah.
And that I wouldn't feel good aligning myself with someone like that. Yet, there's a lot of things I agree with. You know what I mean? But again, there's that blurred line. Like I can't take a blurred line, and that's what happens. I think too many people jump on blurred lines. I think you can have a healthy debate about what's good and bad with each of those type of people, and I just mean like very influential younger influencers on social media and
while they're influencing. Influential influencers who are influencing, you said.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it really is sort of a scary thing when Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes are the scions of the right-wing philosophy. At least in the younger demographic. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The smartest man or woman on the right is Matt Walsh. I can't even tell you the last time I disagreed with anything that he said. So I would venture people to go that route rather than Candace and Nick. Now, again, Nick has a lot of, he's maybe one of the best people to point out issues. Don't subscribe to his prescriptions.
I can't say influencing influencers, but you can say for subscribing to his subscriptions. Really?
Subscribe to his prescriptions.
Either way, close enough. You know my point. Go on.
Yeah, it's just not valid.
To you.
No, you. Listen to you. Listen to you.
Your mother.
Yeah. I can take it or leave it at this point. Oh yeah. By the way, for everybody who
Jen left.
Yeah, my birthday's tomorrow, and
yay! Happy birthday, Rexy! Send your gifts. We prefer cash. Send them to me, and I'll just forward it over to him.
Yeah, you can keep it. But my
Rexy big buck.
My mom wishes me happy birthday today.
Good for her.
Well, no, she thinks it's today.
Oopsie daisy.
I would like to think that
first of all, maybe you're wrong. Why do you let's look into this. I want records pulled. And don't show me your license, you shitbag. She may know, so she might have slipped right now. You might not even be you. What is happening right now?
I have no idea. I have no idea. But the important thing is birthday tomorrow. So that's it's a big day. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I liked it. I like it. Are you Asian?
Huh?
Are you Asian?
No. Why?
Is your mother Asian?
No. That would sort of trickle down to me, I think. If I'm not Asian.
Unless you are a day late with your birthday and you, my friend, are an Asian.
How does that make sense?
It doesn't matter.
Speak slowly so I can understand.
Your ass. I'm done.
All right.
You're not Asian. We've established that. I just don't know if you know who you are. I've already said you haven't. Your accent basically is I don't know where the fuck I am from. That's your accent. It doesn't know what it wants to be.
All right.
It's from everywhere. You're a fucking. You got a mutt accent. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
This is my birthday present, isn't it?
Ta-da! No, I got you a little something. I got you a little something. I'm excited. It's a good one.
What's great though is this year I'm turning 45. Next year you're turning 54. You just flip the numbers.
Your ass 50. What are you, nuts? Yo, that's a blatant fucking lie. I barely touched 50 is all I'm saying.
I was gonna say I wrote it down. It says 54.
Yeah, well, you're wrong. So you wrote it down wrong, shitbag. Maybe you should fucking bring an eraser. Change that shit.
Yeah, my
It's
wife
fucking
is
wrong.
going to be. You're going to be 36 though, right? Yeah, 36 next month. So.
Okay, what do you break? And yeah, and you've been dating her since you were 18. You fucking piece of shit.
It's not the case, but she
Yeah, it was
brought it up.
17.
I was just bringing it to the show.
Yeah, because she wants to be like, oh, look at me, I'm young. I know.
That's true. Because it's true.
Is that insanely loud to anybody else? The drops?
Nope. Perfect to me. Absolutely perfect.
Oh, it's because my headphones are up. That's why.
Oh, well, you're gay, so it's your birthday. I'm sorry. Let me be nice. I'm sorry. I did get excited for your birthday before.
Why? Could you turn my headphones up a little bit so I'm not like your dad?
It was what?
That's good.
It was a brief minute of excitement for your birthday, but it was there and it felt really good. It felt really good. Hey, do you notice my Merry Christmas stuff? I'm pretty cheery, aren't I?
You're cold?
No, look at my stuff behind me.
Oh,
right?
Cheery. Oh, I thought you were this thing again.
No.
I love the Chinese.
I knew it. You're an Asian. I told you.
I love the Christmas the Christmas getup. I wish like you would have spent a little bit more time and got your stage right corner a little better. But I'll take it.
No, I just kind of threw it up quick because I just wanted to have something. I mean, what am I, half a fag like fucking Nick Fuentes, where he had to like have like interior designers come in, had to have. The guys had the best freaking Christmas background I've ever seen in my life. On any of the
lights.
What?
He has a couple of trees and lights. I kicked my pen out of the way and I'm frustrated by it.
You'll be okay.
No,
no, but just the way it's all set up. I like Nick's thing.
No. I don't like the suit or the hair. Or did you also notice again? I didn't hear it on Pierce. Confessed to being a virgin at his age, which is a little creepy.
Yeah, no. But I knew that because of the he's like a Catholic, like he's he tries to he wants he is, I guess. I mean, how do I?
That's what we're going with.
Well, I'm just trying to use what he would say. He's not supposed to have...
bachelor.
Well, Liberace.
That's not for repeat.
No, I won't tell anybody then.
You remember when Arthur Spooner said that?
Yes, I do.
Talking to Carrie, he's like, Liberace was a little la la la. That's not to repeat.
But anyway, yeah, I'm excited. I'm trying. I really want to get like some holiday spirit. So we're gonna. I'm glad that I did this.
I like it.
It makes me feel a little cheery. So yeah. Tell us. You know what I wanted to do? I'd like to come up with this, and I didn't even bring it up to you until now live.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to do a segment where I don't know, maybe like a segment where we allow the listeners to be involved, meaning a specific thing like we did with the one putting quotes, what you want said, something a little different. I don't know what yet. But like a bit for whether they can call in, they can do their own segment of whatever they want to do. I don't know. We got to figure out. I want a bit. You know what I mean? We got to come up with a bit just to spice things up. All
right. Well, I'll put it on the list. I mean, I can't physically because, like I said, I kicked my pen out of the way.
You want to do cherry darts?
What?
Yeah, do cherry darts.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
You like you bend over, right? And we put shaving cream all over your butt, right? And then Jen, right, will throw cherries and try to get her, you know what I mean? Cherry darts. It's like it's an old radio bit.
Are you on pot?
No, I'm not. All right. So cross that off the board. Just throw cherry darts would be good.
God, and I thought my freaking poop twerking thing was bad. That's way worse.
Cherry? No. How does anything with whipped cream and cherries be bad? You
just reminded me of something else. Maraschino cherries.
Delicious.
Right? Absolutely. Regular cherries, terrible.
Yeah, I mean anything pitless as far as cherry wise, I can delve into. I love black cherry. You know what I mean?
What a buck cherry. Good night, everybody.
Ta-da! Yeah, man. I hope you're ta-daing. I hope you're ta-dying around your home and workplace. By the way, everybody, I really want that to become a thing. And if for some reason you can somehow, let me tell you something. You send me audio or video of you ta-dying in your office or home. Okay, I don't care if you want to, like, you can walk over to your husband and you're making him dinner, you bring over his plate after he came home, you just dropping it right, just drop his plate from and go, ta-da! And you fucking send that into the show. I swear I will do something. I don't know, but I'll figure out something. You could be at work, like, Bill, bring those reports in. If you can just record you going into the office, throwing the reports into the desk, ta-da! I'm just giving you dumb examples, but if you do that for me, oh boy, it will make my holiday.
Well, this is what I'm going to do for you, Footer. I'm going to make a ta-da shirt for our Sticker Mule shop. How's that?
It's good. We got it. I mean, should do you have that? Should, out of the side of the ta-da, should arms be like, ta-da? You kind of need them out. I don't know.
Well, again, we'll have to workshop it before I blue sky it. But
yeah.
if
anybody has any ideas, any good graphic designers, you know what I mean? Come up with ideas. Send them into what is it? What's yours? The Copperhead Road.
Copperhead Road Podcast at Outlook.
Yeah, Copperhead Road Podcast at Outlook.com. Send in some ideas of the ta-da design shirt, and then the other thing is, and if anybody wants to, even college, you want to maybe get some intern college credit. Maybe we're looking to start a little social media campaign and kind of get some social media presence going. So if anybody has any ideas and they'd like to be involved, again, Copperhead Road Podcast at Outlook.com. Send in, your name and any ideas that you have. Okay. All right.
The plan.
All right, Rexy. What else? You got?
I'm sure you saw that. I think it was yesterday. There was a shooting at a HBC, a historically black college in Kentucky. Did you see that?
Is that what it's called? HBC?
Yeah, the historically black colleges, like
really? Okay, so HBC gets you the HIN, HNI.
Yes, exactly. No, yeah, HNIC is.
Yeah, HNIC. Yeah, HBC gets you the NHIC.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Or the Bee Gees. So yeah, I think Grambling's another one. Nice. So anyway, widely reported that that the
you're gay. Sorry.
Also reported. But the wide reporting is that it was a white guy that went in and shot up this historically black college. Can we pull up the
that makes sense. You know what I mean? White guys usually do school shootings.
Yeah, and here's this
whoa.
Look at how dark this white guy is.
Okay, you know what? I've tanned a lot. So yeah. I can see, but his features though have a few features that are, I would say, a little more African American. Again,
but he's white.
Lovely features.
Just remember, this is a white guy.
Yeah. Maybe. Oh my God. I think I figured this out.
Yeah.
You know how they have black guys that are albinos, so they look a little white? Right?
Yeah.
Maybe this guy is a white guy, but he's like what would be like maybe he's bi-albino. You know what I'm saying? Like where it's the flip side, like where he's white, but he looks black.
Yeah, he's giving a little Sam Shamoon.
Actually, that would be Puerto Rican. Actually, anyway, hit me, Otis. Thank you, my friend. I said that would make him Puerto Rican. Otis. Good night, everybody. But go ahead. So what you got? I'm sorry.
So anyway, on CNN again, it should be a lot more jarring when you hear it, but it's they have no problem going, a white guy did whatever the hell it is, and a lot of times they're not even correct. But like, when did that become like an acceptable thing where you can just go, a white man did whatever? Because you can't do that with anybody. You can't say a white woman, a regular woman, what? A black guy, a Chinese, some kind of halfy.
One N.
Yeah, that you can't do that anymore.
Whoa. But you know what? It's not even anymore. I can remember probably as early as like 2005, 2006, when it started getting really politically correct. Whenever that really started to come into play. But you just start seeing snippets of it. It got to that point where none of the news outlets in mainstream media, at least, would ever say, like, if there was, even in New York City, there was a robbery, and they knew it was a 6'4" black man wearing a blue jeans and a white t-shirt. They would not say black man. They would just say 6'4", a male. But meanwhile, if it was a white guy, they would say Caucasian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They would never you put race in the mix, ever.
Yeah, I never even understood, like, why did we have to supplement Caucasian for white?
I don't know.
Did do that. You're right. Like, no, are you Caucasian? And even like when you were filling out job applications or things for the government, it'd be like Caucasian.
Oh my God! So we're kind of Asian, but we're just from the Cauc tribe.
Whoa!
No, we're not. Wow. Okay, but you see, that's weird. Caucasian. Yeah. I never realized it all these years.
From the Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah. Yes. Well, the Caucasus River.
That's what it's from.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I just went, the Caucasus River.
Yeah, the Caucasus region of Europe.
Yeah, yes. Amazing place. There's dragons there.
It's another. Speaking of my mom losing her mind, she was talking about how my daughter draws so well. She goes, "Yeah, I remember when you were a kid and you used to draw dragons." What? Like, I never drew a dragon, let alone dragons.
No, I'm sorry. That was the son. That was the son she had the day before you.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how that would work, unless it was like a twin or something, or a different year, I guess.
Again, I didn't sleep with it, so I'm not really involved in this.
Yeah, still up in the air.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you saw that there's a pending merger between Netflix and Warner Brothers, right?
I did not see that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and it's causing a little bit of a hullabaloo. I
can see that.
I don't throw the word around, generously. So, but it's, it would give Netflix about between a 30 and 40% market share of television and movie media. So there's a lot of antitrust things going on, and they're
almost like with getting the merger between Sirius and XM back in the day.
Yeah. Yep. But this is actually something that people actually watch and listen to. So it's even more of
why the shot? Wow, why the shot at satellite radio?
Seriously, who the fuck listens to satellite radio anymore?
That's
people
fair.
buying calling cards.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was a thing for like 5 years, and then nothing. The fact that stupid Howard Stern gets paid at all is amazing to me. I meant to ask you this off air, but I'll ask you here. Does Sam and Jim still have a show, or is that not a thing?
No, Jim Norton has his own show. He's married to a transgendered woman, younger. Yeah, a man. Transitions to a woman, and
it's always a man.
You know what? You're right. So, But yeah, so that happened. Then he didn't re-sign his contract. I think probably like 2 or 3 years ago. He immediately started his own podcast, which you can catch on YouTube. I forget. He used to have a show with his wife, but
Husband.
it's still his wife though, right?
No,
husband. Okay,
and they're not married.
his, what?
They can't be married. They're not man and woman.
Okay, I can see you going there. Okay, so his partner, Jim and his partner had a show together, and it was called. I can't think of the damn name now.
Jim and him.
No, they did have like a segment where they went through all names the listeners sent in. One was crossing swords.
Giraffe fighting.
Yeah. But anyway, so
tummy sticks.
Yeah. But that didn't last very long. So yeah, so now, but he does have his own show. He's got good guests, typical comedians and shit,
Yeah.
Relationships that he made through Opie and Anthony show from all those years.
One of the quickest guys in the business as far as comedians go.
Oh my God. Yeah. Nothing was better than, him, Jim Norton, Patrice O'Neill, Voss, Rich Voss, Colin Quinn. If they were all in the studio together, even like Greg Giraldo, like all those guys, all the guys like that did Tough Crowd. And if anybody hasn't seen or listened to Tough Crowd ever back from the early 2000s, mid 2000s, you want to talk about, great banter and just a bunch of horse shit and just everybody just beating the shit out of each other. Really, really funny shit, man. Really funny shit. Quick as fuck, people. Really.
I know this is gonna hurt you, but I never ever found Colin Quinn funny.
Maybe not a stand-up. You're gonna tell me you didn't find his when he was on the radio funny? Really?
No.
Wow. Yeah, he again, I disagree.
Again, really... I would love for you to find some things that you find funny about him and present them, because maybe I just didn't hear him.
It was just more of like when they would be having interactions with people, and just when he would throw in his lines were very funny. Like, I was
gonna say I thought he was a great host for Tough Crowd. I thought he facilitated the funny very well. His delivery and his sort of, affect and sort of a feminine kind of a thing that he did, I thought was very good for what he did, but I didn't think he ever actually brought any of the funny. He was just more of an amplifier.
Nah, Colin's a legend. How's that grab you?
Again, that's very possible. I've never been witness. So
he is a legend.
Just because you say it doesn't make it true, though.
Oh, all right. Well, then let's move on. And I didn't sleep well at all last night too. I don't know why. Yeah, yep. Just didn't get much sleep. I'm a little tired today.
Well, so maybe you should think about getting a Netflix subscription, because you do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Well, then maybe these are some of the shows that you can. And when you bring it up, can you just turn our mics on so we can comment on them if we want? These are some of the this is from Crowder's show, but these are some of the shows that you're going to be getting on Netflix very soon.
Projects, and you stop every little thug you see. You bring in every kid who was in the park last night.
You look like an Indian Kardashian. I want to talk about a major event that could happen. Popping my cherry, dog.
Oh, Lord.
We are smart, and idiots are banging all the time. We can learn how to do it, too.
Word of advice, just give up.
Oh, yeah? I won't be able to walk again tomorrow because I'm about to go get railed. Peace out, virgin.
You can't choose who you're attracted to. You can't engineer a relationship.
I don't believe
Boo!
You are who you are. Don't let anyone take that away from you.
AIDS?
Jävligt försiktig med de där hängena.
Someone's not feeling well. Let's take a look at the little man.
What?
Yeah.
Can I please talk to you two outside? As you would see, if you looked at her and not her chart, Bailey is not a boy. And by treating her like one, you are completely ignoring who she is.
By
You're
you
making
treating her
him
like a
feel
girl, you're gonna make him kill
insignificant
himself.
and
All right.
humiliated.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, and you treating her the opposite is gonna make them mistreat her in some way.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how because I'm not a doctor, but it matters. At
Yeah.
least at the fucking doctor, for crying out loud. Can we please at the doctor at least? Ay, ay, ay.
And again, not only is it like again edgy and horrible for your everlasting soul, it's just bad. It's not even. It's just not good. There was another one where
Yeah, great entertainment. You know what I'm saying? God weeps for you, but it's not a big deal. You know, no big deal. No, make Jesus weep. Not a problem.
Yeah.
No, feel good at night. No, you're fine. Play
there
your
was another
show.
one called like Coal Queen or something like that, where a guy.
Another. Never mind. Oh, could have got us. So, have I got us banned from YouTube yet today?
I don't know. Probably. I probably have to go through another fucking class because of you. But it was about a guy. It was like
no class. That's my
yeah, when you have no class. A guy transitions to be a woman, so he wants, he wants to work in a coal mine, and they're like, "Well, you're a woman now, so you can't be in the coal mines. But if you would have stayed, a man, you could have." Again, it's just so convoluted and it's just absolutely
based on
idiotic,
the
the stuff that
story.
they do. It's just but the overarching problem is it's the same, and you and I have talked offline, I think, about like hotels and motels and things like that. They're all
Like, if they're passable, it's fine. Yeah. Not that. My fault. Go on. I thought we were talking about the other thing we talked about. Go ahead.
oh no all of these companies that used to fight against each other and compete against each other and actually have to put out quality content no longer have to do that because it's all under one fucking umbrella. And like I was saying, it's the same thing with hotels. There's like 3 major conglomerates that own all the hotels, which is why they all look the same. They're all priced the same. And
big La Quinta Inn guy.
They're terrible. What's that?
So you're a big La Quinta Inn guy, aren't you?
I thought it was La Quinta.
Oh, it could be. I you know what? It's the Mediterranean in me. La Quinta, I say. It's just I have like this sexy Latin thing going for me. And I'm not Latin, so you go figure. Go on.
Go on. Go on. What else am I supposed to go on?
Oh, I thought you had this fucking
For the love of Mary, woman, can you just put the freaking thing back up? I can't see my guy. Fuck.
Am I your guy?
Okay.
Am I your guy? You said
Yeah,
can't
you're
see
my
my
guy.
guy. Yeah, baby. You heard the man. Put it up, broad. Sorry.
Yeah. Before your ridiculous like 1965 overly misogynistic fucking footer was hilarious.
I don't know what was. Yeah, I don't know why that was happening.
Yeah, but it was funny. So keep it up.
That was my goal. But so look, let's get into some meat and potatoes before before we really start pissing people off.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Good.
Yeah, good one.
No.
But so what do you think about this? I mean, did you have a take at all on the actual shooter and shooting, or was it just the fact of how convoluted the media is?
Are we going back to Kentucky? Is that what you're talking about?
Again, no, I'm asking before we moved on.
Yeah, no. Well, we've actually moved on twice since then, but no, it was just a sort of idiotic thing that immediately they go to white people, and it was clearly a black guy. Now you never hear the story again, and it's already played out because if you go to any of your news sites, you hear nothing about it. It's like 3rd, 4th page before you even get any information on it at all.
Yeah, well, you heard my 2 cents on it.
Actually, it was like 14 cents because I found an Indian head penny. So I appreciate that.
Bless you. You've anytime you want, my friend.
I appreciate it.
What was next on the docket?
Well, we can either talk about Russell Brand and Candace Owens, or we can talk about Tim Pool just lighting up fucking Candace because I'm sure you saw that he had shots fired at his house a couple days ago.
Yeah, I did see something about that.
Yeah, well, he's in more of our camp that with the evidence that we have right now, it's more than likely Tyler Robinson, who was the shooter.
That's crazy talk.
That's what I keep hearing from other people.
Unbelievable.
So we do have an email into Tim. Hopefully we'll hear back from him, and maybe we'll do a what are they, a collaboration, I believe they call that, with Timcast.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I guess a little bit of a collab.
So anyway,
yeah, let me see. I want to see him lighten her up. And he, like you said, he's in our camp. You said as far as same mentality.
Yeah.
Did they ever have a relationship or no?
Yeah. Again, Candace used to be sort of friendly with everybody until she just completely lost her dumb mind. He's also of the mindset that, if you're going to break it down as far as usually the person who is the murderer is the one who had most to gain. If you take her conspiracy at its word, that would be France, Egypt, Israel, and the Trump campaign. And TPUSA. Clearly France gained no power. Egypt certainly gained no power. Israel is probably looked at worse than ever before, especially since the Holocaust, than now. TPUSA, if you look at Charlie Kirk's show, which was regularly in the top 5, is now barely in the top 100. So no gain there. But one person you could say that has gained a lot of power and sway would be one Candace Owens. So,
wow,
it's kind of hard to forget that point. And I don't want to impart that on her, but I just don't understand what the fuck she is doing.
Well, I built my entire conspiracy with her in the beginning, just to strictly show about conspiracies, and how the dots can be connected on pretty much anything. And then as I'm doing it, and as we finish it, we lay it out there for a month or so. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, here we are, and everything, our conspiracy is dead the fuck on. Again, you would have to put into the equation, the only reach of our conspiracy that we have that's happening, making her the #1 podcast, her cashing in on every way possible on the tragic death of Charlie. She has cashed in, and as you said, has been on top since, and every other person that has been involved, whether she's attacked them or not, they have not been as successful. And she's really, really grabbed onto this, and she has done what I think that she wanted to do the whole time, which was to fill that vacuum. And she needed to justify how she could do that. And she's justifying it because I'm the only one that loved Charlie, and everybody else didn't love Charlie. And you can't tell me that she doesn't feel that way. You cannot tell me that she doesn't feel that way, because it's proof.
And she consistently insinuates, that TPUSA was involved, and then when asked directly, she's like, "No, I've never implied that they were involved or any individual was involved." But yeah, you'll say that Mikey McCoy was on the phone call, which is strange. And then now
I'm just pointing things out. I'm just asking questions, guys.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing here is asking questions. I mean, that's all we're doing.
Right. And then Brian Harpole, the security guy, he had some kind of a she's talked to some guy that was in the military who's been in witness protection for 35 years, and he saw Brian Harpole walking out of a major military thing. You know, and the captain's name was Captain Neff, and that's, oh my God, is that like Brad Neff from? It's infuriating. But then, you know, if you confront her, she goes right to the victim. Oh no, I never said anything, and you know, why are you picking on me? And then, you know,
I pointed out to you very clear how she ran through all of these steps, and that victim card came out right away on that interview. Remember when when we played it? And her most recent interview was on Russell Brand, and I'll tell you, he cracks me the fuck up, bro. First of all, I love his faith in Jesus. It's insane. It's almost cartoonish, and I find it adorable. You know what I mean? And especially, you know, I can't see his heart, but you know, I pray that it is genuine, because you know he's a great animated person to follow Christ for sure. Especially with his huge platform, it would be good. And then the second thing is his outfit, boy. He cracks me the fuck up, boy. He comes rolling in like he's Russell Brand of 23 years old. He dresses the same way he did, like he just got done doing a bag of smack. You know what I mean? And just got done shooting up. I can just put down his needle, put in his fucking, you know, vagabond outfit.
Yeah, and his weird freaking pelvis face. He's got like such. He really does look like
the face of Christ. No, you know what? He's got the face of the shrine of a Torah.
The Shroud of Turin.
The Shroud of Turin. Yeah, he's got the Shroud of Turin face. He's got Shroud of Turin face. He really does. Can we do something funny? Can you? I want to have the Shroud of Turin on one side and then Russell Brand's face on the other side. Just compare the two. I'm telling you, I think it would be perfect.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Shroud of Turin face, Russell Brand.
That is fucking hilarious. So anyway, what were your takeaways from the interview? You watched the interview?
Yeah, I watched a lot of it. I don't remember if I watched it all, to be honest with you, but my takeaway was can we play it before because I don't want to because the only reason why is because I don't want to misinterpret things. I want to make sure I get things in context, because I'm only remembering certain parts.
Do you want Tim Pool first, or do you want
well, I can, at this point, let's just go to Candace.
All right, so yeah, we'll do Tim after that. But yeah, here's we'll sort of jump around a little bit, but we'll take a look.
Well, we didn't even we were going to do Tim Pool, but we started talking about Candace, so all right, let's continue with that.
Yeah, that's what I said. We'll jump around the Candace and Russell thing, and then we'll play Tim Pool.
Yes.
When I first met you, obviously you remember because we've discussed it before, an extraordinary moment. It's like you've become a controversy generator.
Ridiculous.
I know that you're being authentic. I know that you're telling the truth. But I want to go through it and do my best, Candace, to understand where you are and where the culture is. Because, say, gosh, Charlie Kirk, I'm doing an event for Turning Point on December 18th. I can't watch all of your content. I make content. I've got children, so I can't watch all of anyone's content. But I know that what you're saying is essentially that people from Turning Point either knew about or are otherwise involved in the murder of Charlie Kirk. Tell me what is coming to you that makes you confident enough to say things that are going to cause so much consternation.
Well, it's interesting. You've asked a lot there.
Yeah,
and so
I won't talk for 20 minutes.
No, but I'm glad you did, because there's a lot there that is important.
Yeah, I'd like to have my Slack, my gray Slacks, my Paisley zip up.
I think that in and of itself, we can spend 3 hours on, right? What is actually deemed controversial today?
Okay.
Anything that exists outside of the system is deemed controversial. So what you're getting at is you're in the middle of fame and controversy. Well, the problem is that people are listening to me and I don't belong to the traditional satellite, right? If I was within Hollywood and I had an agent and I had a manager and I had people who were sort of able to control me, I would be on the cover of every magazine. I'd probably be a billionaire. I probably would be Oprah, right? I would have a daytime talk show, whatever, you know, whatever medium that would be today.
100 million.
And I would have sponsorships, and
Can
I
you
would
pause
be
this for a
maybe
minute?
doing Pepsi commercials.
I can't really hear you much when you're talking. You're very jarbled when you're talking over her. So either get into that mic and speak, because you got to speak over her, or lower her. I just don't want you to wait. There was nothing you said that was it was all unintelligible.
Okay.
Yeah. So and it happens usually like in the first sentence of what like we would say when things were playing, but it seemed to be all the way through because I heard none of your comments. But what I want to say is you know she even like with things like this, I feel like she almost like, how is she even so her claim would be if she really leaned and is that what she means, or would she, if she really leaned into this, that she would be like an Oprah where she would have her own TV show, and is that what she's saying, if she really leaned into it?
I think what she's saying is that she's not really in the classic mainstream of either being part of Hollywood and sort of being groomed and crafted with a manager that you know, playing by the rules. And
we can tell.
Yeah, she's you know, she's an outsider is what she's saying. Like Pony Boy.
Yeah. Stay golden, Candace. Stay golden. Stay gold, Candace. Stay gold. See in all the shadow of my own, and then the building will be so soft and caring. That's a beautiful song. Beautiful song. Boy, Candace boy. Stay gold, Candace boy. Stay gold. Yeah, dude. Like, Candace, you're not an outsider.
Yeah,
you're not. Okay, everybody that okay, let me ask you this. So is Charlie an insider? Is Crowder an insider? Look, when I say maybe not Crowder, but like you're okay, look. Fine, you're not an insider. You're not an insider. But you're most certainly not an outsider. Let's be real here. Okay? And I'm not saying you're wrong on this one, but for you to say how you'd be Oprah, like billionaire type of personality, if you weren't so rebel and cutting edge, is the most narcissistic, the most fucking self-serving thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like, you've got to be kidding me. You don't find that outlandish, Rex? Like, look, I'm extremely like confident at points. Like, I feel like I have a lot of good things going to me. At no point do I think like maybe I don't set my expectations high enough, but the gall to say that you would be like this billionaire, you know, monumental figure. I said figure. I mean, come on. Like, thanks for being such a rebel and keeping it indie, Candace. Thanks. Thanks for keeping it indie. You fucking, you know, multi-millionaire.
but it's not billion though. It could be billion, but she's she's like taking like the Bernie Sanders approach. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know, once you reach a millionaire, then I went to billionaire.
Right. Like, are we all supposed? Seriously, I want you to justify that I should feel sorry or be so proud of her staying indie and not following by the rules where she is. That really what I should feel, Candace? Thanks. Thank you so much. And it's not that you feel that way. It's that you fucking say it and you think it means something, you entitled fucking psycho.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, she came up basically riding Charlie Kirk's coattails. Then she, you know, got grafted into Daily Wire. And
I like that. Grafted in. It was like a Jew reference, Old Testament reference. Nice.
You know, then she marries a multi-millionaire from Europe. So even when she gets kicked out of out of Daily Wire, and she'll even do that shtick, I'm in my basement. I only have a crew of 4 people. Yes, and millions of dollars behind you. Like, yeah, you have the opportunity, which I don't begrudge her for it, but you might as well like lean into it.
Right. And thanks for telling us, you keep your overhead low, more in your pocket. Good one.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want me to tell you? Thanks for walking in Jesus's shoes. I appreciate you. Great job, Candace. God bless you. Yep. God bless you. Wait. Yeah. I'm so proud of you. God, you are just, you are a saint. God bless.
Yeah. She looked down. There was only one set of footsteps, and it was her husband's freaking $500 Bruno Mollies.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
All right. Hit it.
Not you, Otis.
The Super Bowl, that's what I could have that. That would be an option if I would stay in line and have talking point handed to me. I think that's a reality.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but from the very beginning, you were for as long as I've tracked your career, you were at the beginning Black conservative woman.
Right. So it's not, so I was always existing, and that's why I'm not a billionaire. That's why I'm not exactly. The point is, if I had gone through
on your way though, Candace, on your way,
the mainstream, if you will, I would be much more successful today.
I hear
what
you.
is controversial?
Can you pause it?
I'll hear you.
But that's through it. But he's bringing up the point, like, she's like, well, like I had no chance. Well, he's like, well, you're a Black woman conservative. Of course, that has value. That has merit. That's going to get you in the door anyway. So that's how you were able to start. It's
yes. No, I'm sorry. You're right, Rex. But I don't even want to give anybody the ammo to pick that and just go, she did it just because she's a Black woman. And I'm talking even her own people. Like, no, she didn't. She's incredible. That's why. But she did this. She did that. Nothing to do with it. I can grant you that. Like, I don't even have. That's my point with this. Like, we can give her. I can pull away so much fucking criticism and so many things that I can apply that I don't even need. I'll just grant you all the good things about you, because there's enough shit that I've already pointed out. That if you can't get on, again, I don't even have I shouldn't say get on board, because I don't give a fuck what you do, but at least, God, please, at least acknowledge that there are some faults. That's all I want you to do.
And my, I was thinking about doing a, sort of a mind exercise with you about, people like, Tim Pool and Steven Crowder and Nick and Joe Rogan and things, whatever. And, kind of putting away the negative aspects that they all bring, and just be like, okay, well, we're on the conservative side of the aisle. What do these people actually bring? Like, what are their positives? Like, what are things that we can all coalesce around, that it is going to, help us, us being on the right side of things. What do they all bring to the table? That's their plus. If anybody can give me one for Candace, I'd love to hear it.
I mean, that's a pretty good point. Besides now being just an internet sleuth, I don't know. I mean, she's good at she's a good marketer. I guess now that her platform's so big, she really, anything she wants to jump onto now, she could really be influential, right?
Yeah. Because I mean, we've talked again. She certainly espouses a solid Christian foundation, but she gives no merit or worth to the founding of America. She doesn't believe that the Civil War was fought over slaves. It was just and again, the Civil War and all of the wars were all just different sections of Freemasons arguing back and forth. She doesn't care if we win the midterms. She doesn't care if because it's all about the truth. It's all about truth is good. It is. Matter of fact, it's probably the most important thing. But she does nothing and will do nothing at all to promote conservatism. And again, she would openly be like, yeah, because there's, she's part of that progressive right. She's a different wing of the progressive right, just like Nick Fuentes is. And she could be like, well, there's more things that are more important than the midterms and winning the next election and getting people elected. And yeah, there probably is,
and that's fine if she wants to continue to move away from politics. Okay, but that's really what I liked about her.
Yeah, and again, it's a shame because there would have been a time where I would have considered her for higher office for sure.
Yes, a smart black woman.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
But she's trying to play football on a baseball field, and that's fine, I guess. But there is.
They did it at Shea Stadium for a long time. The New York Jet. Anyway, but go
on. There's just it's not the arena that we're in. If you wanted, just do, whatever conspiracy theories and Brigitte and Charlie and things like that, that's fine, I guess. But you're already kind of locked into the conservative part because of your attachment to Charlie. So again, it's another thing where she's destroying everything that Charlie worked for, which irritates the hell out of me, but it should irritate her.
I bet you she draws a lot from the left now too.
Oh, I'm sure she does. I'm sure she does.
Again, would you put that on my whiteboard of conspiracy? Add that to my fucking
I don't have
list.
a pen anymore.
Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry.
No, it's tough.
Well, we have a new ship. Bic is one of our new sponsors. So on their way, you get a bunch of pens and lighters on its way.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So anyway,
and we should run a little bit long if possible today because there's a lot to get to with this Russell thing. So, but I don't want to not stop and annoy the listeners. So
yeah. So
I want to make sure I stop and talk shit over it.
Right,
really bother.
Is thinking outside of it, being independent, and saying something is wrong with the mainstream. So that's where I am.
Yes.
And I
play Renegade with Jay-Z and Eminem,
I think
please.
since my earliest thoughts, I always kind of felt, and I talked about this week on my podcast, I just sort of always felt like an alien because I didn't understand it, right? I didn't understand people who lie, who are fake. I mean, when I say I've always been like this, my parents would tell you stories of how they would have to, and my daughter is this way now, so it's very funny, but they would be debating me when I was a toddler because, the traditional methods of just saying, oh, because I said so, I was constantly stirring up controversy by being like, well, Daddy, that doesn't make any sense. Mom, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm 4 and 5 saying, I need require a little bit more than just do this because I said so. So it's who I am, right? I have been this, and I say probably the person that I'm most like is my grandfather. My granddad was stubborn and stubborn in the right ways, stubborn in his values, his faith, his family, and believed that deals should be done on a handshake. You should be able to look someone in the eye. I don't need a 300-page complicated contract.
Yeah.
If I say I'm going to be here on Monday, I'll be here on Monday. That's no longer the world. And so I think I'm a bit of an old soul, I think, is what my problem is today. I don't fit in with this sort of new age propaganda, tell somebody something to make them feel good. I just would rather say the truth, and that's it.
It must be 2025 because I can say this: ivermectin is good for you. You're involved in the formation because I know that your husband, because we were hanging out when you met your husband, as we always clock when we chat,
and that was TP UK,
and that was TP UK. So you are, because I sometimes think this is my point, just to declare.
Charlie was there, by the way. He wasn't at your house, but Charlie, that whole thing was, I left Charlie, came to your house, got back with Charlie.
You were on that trip,
yeah, and then we went to George.
Well, like when someone important dies, I always notice
masturbate on the coffee. It's just something I do.
Sometimes I feel that people claim a greater affinity or affection with people after their death. Like I call it, in fact, I invented a word after the death of Princess Diana, mournography. Like get off on the death of the person and sort of
I get off on it. You heard him?
Yes.
Now,
yes.
I know that, so I don't know, other than I've like seen a bunch of videos of you hanging out with Charlie and dancing with him, and then I'm now putting it together in my mind. Oh, right, yeah, you were there for Turning Point. So you were like super close with Charlie Kirk. Now, I feel like a lot of people sense that Charlie. I'll be totally honest. Like when people say Charlie Kirk was murdered by powerful interests, my first reaction was, why? Because isn't he just really like? And then I started to examine what is Charlie Kirk and what was Charlie Kirk doing, with nothing like the dexterity or deliberateness that you have, and that's what I want to hear about. But like I thought, oh yeah, right, he's mobilizing young people to vote in a particular way. That's what it boils down to, because you know what you're describing about yourself is relevant to anyone that works in this new media space to varying degrees at various times. There was obviously a big change when Trump went into office, because a lot of independent media essentially started to fulfill the same function as mainstream media, i.e. advocating in a partisan way for the incumbent, for the person that's in power.
Right.
You've obviously not done that. Now, but my simple reaction was, I don't know.
Tell us that we babble.
Charlie Kirk dead. What difference is it going to? Who benefits from Charlie Kirk being killed? Who benefits? Like as they say, cui bono. That's the question to always ask. And I actually didn't understand how Israel benefits from Charlie Kirk being murdered. I certainly can't see yet how like sort of French special forces could.
Yeah, her answer
so
is very.
Can you
telling.
explain that to me? Because I don't understand who benefits from. But I also know that whenever I've seen it my whole life, a lone gunman killed RFK, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. I know that's a lie, so I'm open. So what is it?
So look, I can tell you that from the moment that Charlie got shot, and I can't explain it, and maybe it's because Charlie would tell me all the time that he was going to die young, and I showed those messages, and I just knew that this was big. I knew it was big. I didn't have the players. I certainly didn't suspect Turning Point USA would be.
You don't have them now,
as I believe, involved in a cover up, and we can talk about what the motives are of that. They could be financial motives. That it doesn't necessarily mean they were involved in plotting to kill him. And I've never said that. But I do believe that they have betrayed him since, and I am comfortable.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Is I didn't think that they were involved before, but I think they're covering up now. Okay,
how many days after did she start, Rex, with them on them?
I would say between a week and 2 weeks.
I mean,
at most.
That's how that's what she's basing it on. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I want to clarify what she said. That's all.
Well, again, she just said that can you just rewind it just a little bit, just so I get the words right here?
I certainly didn't suspect Turning Point USA would be, as I believe, involved in a cover up, and we can talk about what the motives are of that. They could be financial motives. That it doesn't necessarily mean they were involved in plotting to kill him. And I've never said that.
Okay,
but I do believe that.
She has never said that they were involved in the plot to kill him. All right.
Just the cover up of the assassination.
She has claimed that that the event itself was done early, and that was strange. She's said that Mikey McCoy, who was standing to stage right of him, had a weird phone call and didn't understand why. She said the security guards didn't respond properly. She says the camera guy behind him took out the SD card of the camera. She said that the trip to Asia was sort of strange and early, and she doesn't understand why. She said that Mikey McCoy took had a vacation to Maine with them, and the pictures that he took in Maine were sort of like sort of odd and strange, that he would take pictures of them so close to beforehand. She's implicated Tyler Boyer, Andrew Colvett. Again, she's implied a ton of involvement with TPUSA. Again,
Josh Hammer.
Yeah, he's not part of TPUSA, I don't think. But
right.
But
he's part of the Jew angle.
She has implied that the whole reason of him picking the amphitheater and security guard, and she just said that it's why the security guard have a meeting with the military beforehand? She has done it countless times, implied that TPUSA led up to the murder. Again, between the odd timing between the time that it was set up to go to Utah and the fact that this was done in Provo, and then he went somewhere else, and he goes back to Salt Lake City, which is really, really strange because usually when they do these kind of stuff, she has made countless implications that TPUSA had something to do with it beforehand. So this is all bullshit.
Yep, well said. Let's hear a little bit more.
They have betrayed him since, and I am comfortable saying that today. Because I know that they have told lies, I know that they have withheld information, that if truly you were motivated by goodness and truth, you would come out and you would say it. Like, there are people at Turning Point who Charlie texted the night before and said they're going to kill me. Well, if you're trying to figure out who killed Charlie Kirk, wouldn't that be a good thing to come forward with? And to
come forward and show that, and show your hand.
And they're not doing that. So
here's what we know. So the person that was involved with that can now somehow get an alibi or cover
I'm
up.
going to ignore.
You're right.
Also, to not answer basic
Maybe
questions.
they did show it to the feds.
If I said to you, Russell, where were you when Charlie got shot? You're not going to get defensive and weird. You're just going to, I can tell you where I was. I was sitting planning my next show at the kitchen counter. And
you said it right the first time, plotting.
Details on that day. It makes me uncomfortable. If someone, the easier task, if the internet thinks that, Mikey McCoy, who was the person who, instantly picked up the phone and walked away when Charlie got shot, who was the chief of staff, if people find that behavior to be suspicious, and I do find it to be not what I would do if a shot went off. Obviously everybody else ran or ducked.
Again, implying he had something to do with it.
I would just show my call log and I would be like, guys, this is crazy. Like, I called my mom, and here's and so it's the.
But no one was accusing him of anything. Why would he yelling? He shouldn't feel like you have to do that now. Maybe because you're fucking horseshit. People are sensing, their intuition is coming online and saying, this just doesn't feel right. Again, we can assign different motives. There are donors that were pressuring Charlie. Those donors are still there. They could be saying, we want you to never tell us to make it so that he is his memory, rather. They're fighting over his memory, his legacy.
Yeah.
That he was Judeo-Christian. I'm not comfortable when the spokesperson of Turning Point USA comes out and essentially tries to paint a picture like I'm lying, when I very lightly and reminiscing about me and Charlie mentioned that, our last conversations, just like I would say this if you, God forbid, died tomorrow.
Don't use that as an example.
Yeah, but I would say I was pushing Russell to become Catholic, because that's true, right? It would be very strange if your spokesperson came out and said, that's absolutely not true. He was not praying the rosary. She never had this discussion. That's what Turning Point USA did. There was a discussion between Andrew Kova and Alex Clark, because I don't know why, but the Judeo-Christian syndicate of influencers seized on this one sentence I said it never was meant to be antagonistic. It was just an honest, like, we were talking about Catholicism.
Did say
and they also
was
making videos saying it's
so what do you
absolutely not
want to
true.
do?
Charlie never flirted with it.
Yeah,
they knew. Turning Point knew.
Again, number one, she's so like narcissistic to think that everybody owes her answers, including TPUSA, and she thinks that they should be open and forthright. Erica Kirk, I'm sure, is, and again, I guess she's the one who's setting up this tell-all of, this is, all of the questions answered. I'm sure she's furious at Candace. I'm sure everybody at Turning Point USA that she's implicated in his murder are furious. So for her to turn around,
I would say heartbroken more than even furious. If they're good Christians, they're probably heartbroken, bro.
Again, it depends on what their relationship was with Candace before. But like, if somebody, implied that I had something to do with your murder next week on the 14th, I would be like, I had nothing to do with it, and I would be very mad. What?
I told you I was going to be alone in the woods hiking that day. What the fuck?
Anyway,
weird.
I had nothing to do with it.
All right, good enough for me.
Help me. Yeah, blink like Jim Norton.
Huh.
All right,
that Charlie was going to mass sometimes daily. They knew he was praying the rosary. They knew that Erica took a priest to pray over his body when he died. So you have to ask the question, why lie? And I think that just any lie at all makes me feel uncomfortable, because lies are not necessary unless you're covering something up. No matter what the lie is, why do we lie? To cover something up. So that's a fair assessment that they're engaged in some sort of a cover up, whether it's about his legacy, where he was at spiritually. And then you have to ask deeper questions. Why?
Now, what I would say, that I get
Okay,
your
well, answer
point
the question,
about
why?
lie. I get your
Yeah.
point, but this is undoubtedly when that event took place. If you think about it, right, I don't know if you have these kind of conversations. I talk to people all the time that what you call in the normal world, that watch the BBC, that read the Sunday Times, you know, like people that are back in England. And those people back in England suddenly had to deal with the way they're now having to deal with you. They had to deal with Charlie Kirk. They're like, what is this Charlie Kirk? I never really heard of him before. Why is this so important? And clearly it was some sort of event that unlocked or created or generated, or perhaps it's deeper even than that, and even the power preceded it. But there was... If someone had told me the day before Charlie Kirk had died, Charlie Kirk's going to die, what do you think the reaction would be? I would think it will be quite sort of marginal and focused among people that are into conservatism and young conservatives and Republican supporters. I wouldn't have said it's going to become a global phenomenon and J.D. Vance will be there getting the coffin back and it's going to be like, I just would never have imagined it would have that degree of impact. And the fact is that it has done. It's been an epochal shift. And I sort of thought, well, where do you go back for a precedent of, like, you know, what's the last thing in the culture that's sort of a bit like this that's happened? And I feel like, well, it is the assassinations of the 60s.
Yo,
You know,
Shroud of
that's
Torn Faces is
weird,
very hard to
because
like
we now
listen.
know,
He babbles a lot.
Can you just pause
we
that?
know from
And that's coming from us.
Yeah, his stream of consciousness is borderline autistic, and the way he can continually have the next word ready is
It really is like Theo Von, me, and Russell Brand. I really am like, I think they call me Unk.
And again, like, it's the only comparison you can make to RFK and MLK and JFK and whatever to Charlie Kirk is that they were both killed. Very little comparison. And again, I don't know where he actually goes with this, because he never actually finishes his thought, other than, well, the government was, you know, involved in JFKs and RFKs and MLKs. So all assassinations must be involved in the military. Well, no, because you know, or has to do with the government. Because I don't think that Thomas Crook's attempt had anything to do with the government. I don't think that a lot of these shooters that are actually more in the line of this transgender medically induced homicides, I think those are more tied together. So you can't just compare them because they're both shot from a long distance. It doesn't hold water.
For a fact that whatever we were told about the murder of Robert Kennedy or John Kennedy or Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, that's not what it was. It was evidence of ulterior power moving. Now, when it comes specifically to Turning Point, I can sort of just, Candace, to tell you the truth, sort of intuit that everyone wants ownership of this legacy. There's so much power in the legacy that everyone's like, well, actually, we think it should go this way. You know, and as a Christian, I would say this is a sort of an indicator of something that's broader and stronger, is I can't collapse my love of Jesus Christ into, so vote Republican.
Right.
That doesn't, that's, you know, like what I'm learning as I grow deeper in love with him, it makes it less and less clear to me that I should be doing anything except serving him, that my opinions are always potentially wrong. I'm potentially always might be in sin or in the flesh. Now, I believe I'm saved. I've surrendered to him. But what I'm saying is,
I think we can close that out. Yeah, we'll bring that up in a minute. So again, a lot of it is just, you know, him sort of like feeding into, well, you know, that's not really totally fair, because I think he asks a lot of great questions, but she doesn't really actually answer of them in anything that's that's of substance. So, yeah, again, I need to know what she thinks actually happened. Like,
well, she also asks great questions, doesn't answer them though.
right.
So she basically, she lays out this whole entire thing, explaining her position, but yet there's no endpoint.
Right.
So what do you think? Yeah, we heard why you said everything. We heard you thought it was awkward that he did this, but you don't think he was involved. Okay, you think there's a cover up. You don't know. Maybe it's financially. Maybe it's okay, but why? Why?
Yeah.
Oh, to take over the money. Wait, they weren't all doing well with Charlie.
Yeah, and doing much worse now. She's.
I don't get it.
Yeah, she's had well,
she's thriving.
To the day she's had 3 months and mountains and mountains of what she calls evidence. Can you give us a timeline of what you actually think happened? Who do you think actually pulled the trigger? Where was this person's where were they situated? Where did they go?
And what do you think should happen to all of the people that you think in some way are related? Are they all conspirators to murder, and should they all go to jail?
Yep. And explain away, please, why Tyler Robinson was there, because he was there. Why his gun was there, because it was there. Why his gun was fired.
Planted.
Why the ammo had writing on it, and why you think his dad and his family conspired with whoever and wanted to see their son go to jail for life, if not killed, executed.
Because that was the Fed's ironclad narrative. Yeah, ironclad. You're a Claude. It's ironclad. You're a Claude. Claude. Yeah. I tell you, steel trap.
Before we go,
that's what they're gonna say. They're just gonna say it's the Feds. That's the narrative that they need to be fed. That needs to be thrown out there. But again, terrible narrative. Terrible job on the Feds with that narrative. They could have went a lot easier. Could have made it a lot easier.
Yeah, like I said,
less moving parts.
Let's put child porn on his phone. Done. Yep. But again, you if your story is true and Tyler Robinson had nothing to do with it, and I said, if you wanted to route all of this conspiracy through Tyler Robinson, him pulling the trigger and whatever, you have a case. But you decide not to do that. You discount him totally. So again, you're going to have to convince me why his dad is okay with sending his kid to jail for life if not executed.
Yeah, but no, and again, let's simplify it as far as, let's say that Tyler Robinson really had nothing to do with this. Is a whole an entire charade that they had to create so that so people can say this. They can say this is, we've investigated and this is how it happened. It had to do with this guy Tyler Robinson. Blah blah blah. Here's the series of events. Okay. Let's say that's all wrong. Let's say it's all wrong. What's the real story?
Yeah, lay it out for me. I'd love to hear it. And
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with saying the Feds are shady.
Yeah,
they are pushing a terribly false narrative. All of the things that do not, some things don't add up with the Tyler Robinson story, but the things that do, right? That's just their narrative. They set it up, and as terribly as they did, but they did it, and this is all a bunch of lies. They're a bunch of liars. The real story is, I'm waiting. The real story is, yep. Again, you're right. Feds covering it up. Covering up the old give it to me.
Yep. So before we go, it is worth listening to Tim Pool just unload and lose his mind on Candace Owens.
Candace Owens is a f***ing evil scumbag. She is a degenerate. She is burning everything down, and she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you told me? She has no security. She doesn't deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. She's making
Meg Griffin is hot.
And all of these conservatives out there that send me these messages have no balls to call her out. More and more people have started doing it. They send me these
We have, Tim. We started it,
Tim.
baby.
Good for you, Tim. I wasn't the first person to do it. I'm not going to take credit for that. But don't DM me like I did something for you as you cower, as you cower, scared.
Never cower here,
you on
Tim.
her thumbnail and claim you benefited from Charlie Kirk's assassination, which he's doing to me right now.
Yeah, that was the.
I'm done with these people.
She has security, just not on the level of you.
Oh, yeah, the one fat guy you mentioned with no wall and no barrier.
Hey, I wasn't
suburban
there.
Neighborhood with neighbors. She doesn't give two No one's out for her. She's lying about all of this. You told me you went to her house and she's got a 4-foot wall and one fat guy, and she doesn't give a about her security. Meanwhile, I get bullets fired at my property, and I have to go live in the middle of nowhere. And I got strangers coming up to my house in Maryland, breaking in. I got people showing up and beating up the residents who try to live there. How the am I even supposed to sell this property?
Fucking, yeah, he fucking lost it.
A little hot under the collar, they say.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you, that is. You saw, like, I lose it a few times on her, and my bro, our biggest like gripe isn't even like the people that like talk shit about our show. It's when they like point fingers at us that like we're absolutely insane and that we have no idea what we're talking about. Like, look, at the least we have ears. You know what I mean? And we hear what she's saying. So for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I can almost guarantee that I have listened and researched 99% more than most of the people who listen to Candace. I have listened to every single thing that she has had to say. I have documented it. I know the patterns and the players that she's involved. So
and coming through a lens that he's a fan, you dopes.
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong?
No, again, I saw her in a high office, 4 years ago. At the beginning, when we started the show in May, we had a big conversation between the two of us where, I was talking about she's so right with Brigitte and probably right with Kamala Harris and her stances on immunizations, spot on. Loved Candace. I can't say that anymore. Yeah, won't do it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, work on your ta-da designs for a t-shirt with us, and then also try to send me some videos or some audio of you rolling up on somebody or you using ta-da in context to somewhere. That'll make me laugh. But anyway, Copperhead Road podcast. Thanks everybody. We appreciate you checking us out, and we will get at you soon. Rexy, happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks.
Hopefully maybe we'll get a birthday show tomorrow.
Yeah, I plan on. You're listening on Spotify, iTunes, iHeart, YouTube, Twitch. Come on over to Rumble. Subscribe, follow, download the app. Hit the notification bell. You'll know every time we're online.
Yeah. When everybody's doing a really nice job with listening and commenting. We really appreciate it. We really do.
It's snowing outside. Again.